welcome to tonight's Big Brother 25 chat.
Oh, hi. It's episode 7.
And it's eviction night, baby.
All right. Well, last time, Heisem did not use the veto.
But he did look like a big jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously.
So Nom stayed the same.
Yes.
That would be Cameron and Riley up on the block.
But why do you have to do that speech, though?
Because he was a real D.
I will say it didn't seem as harsh as they were making it out to be on the live feeds. Maybe there was stuff edited out. I don't know.
That's possible.
Yeah. But I do think also that people were working that speech to try and potentially keep Riley this week.
Of course. What'd you think about Julie's big hair look?
I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I loved the blazer with the pants.
The striped blazer was giving me that, I can't remember the name of it.
What?
Daisy Jones and the...
Oh, and the 6?
Yeah.
Okay, I still haven't seen the show yet, but the book was everything.
Mm-hmm.
You watched that show?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't remember you talking about that.
No.
It is on my to-watch list, though. Let us know in the comments if you watched it or read the book.
All right. Well, it's no secret that Heisem wants Riley out.
Yeah, I mean, he made that very obvious. It was already obvious even before the speech. But Riley is not going to quit. She wants to fight. She wants to stay.
That speech lit a fire under her buttocks.
Yeah. So the Youngs are like, all right, we can do this. We're going to need to flip somebody.
7 votes.
Oh, I think I need more than that.
7 votes. We got to do it.
Right. It's an even number of votes this week, which means 6 would be a tie. So they need that 7th vote.
Because Heisem is not going to break the tie in Riley's favor.
No. Unfortunately, they also didn't realize not everybody in their old alliance was going to be voting to keep Riley. So they were definitely like miscounting the votes there and overestimating what they had.
Well, Suri is kind of pissed at Heisem.
Yeah. I mean, the editors had an impossible task tonight, trying to fit in what has happened over the last 3 days into half an hour maybe.
In the past, they wouldn't have even attempted it, but this is a 25-year season.
Yes, this is an anniversary year. This is the silver anniversary.
Oh, silver.
Yes,
not gold.
Right.
Silver.
There were a lot of factors that went into Suri wanting to flip the vote this week. One of the biggest ones was, well, it's coming up. So, wait. Never mind.
Well, Blue also wants to keep Riley.
Yeah, I mean,
they are in an alliance together, aren't they?
Yeah, Cameron used to be in their alliance, but they didn't really highlight in tonight's episode.
Yeah. A
lot of people on that side of the house were preferring Riley over Cameron because Cameron jumped ship week 1.
Do you think Dirty Daddy figure had anything to do with people maybe wanting to get rid of Cameron over...
You mean because he was creepy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. A lot of people just can't stand Cameron's attitude. He's very I know everything, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. So people don't like that. They don't usually take kindly to that.
Yeah. You know, when you told me that he reminded you of a weird Zach Galifianakis, now I can't unsee it. Now I just can't unsee it.
I know. But anyway, Suri is trying to get this vote flip in motion. She's putting out the feelers, seeing who'd be interested. Bowie's picking out a toy.
Yeah.
Bowie Jane over here.
Yes, Bowie Jane doesn't know the game at all, but still is on the show.
Stardust.
Yes.
I think Bowie might know more about Big Brother than Bowie Jane.
Bowie Jane, that's
I think
quite
he's
possible.
watched more seasons.
Absolutely.
But anyway, Suri's talking to Felicia. And Suri's like, you know what? You and I, we are the deciding factor in this vote. Which is funny because... Suri and Izzy got really annoyed when Riley started saying that they were the deciders of this vote.
Oh my god.
But Suri knows she is the decider of this vote. But Suri says, it's you and me, Felicia, because whatever we decide, we've got Izzy and Jared going with us. So we will be able to tip the scales either way.
They hope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, please pick a toy for the love of God. Heisem is walking around like he is Zeus up on Mount Olympus.
It's a lot. He's just continuing to rub people the wrong way and make that target on his back bigger and bigger.
And Cameron says the house is full of interesting people.
Oh my god! This segment was everything. He's talking to Jared, and Cameron's like, all right, I gotta tell you something right now, and I want this on the record, because when it's true, I want everyone to know that I said it first. So he's like,
No.
What? Oh, I thought you were telling me to stop.
No.
Yeah.
This is just too incredible.
Cameron has a theory that one of the house guests has a celebrity relative. And
this
Jared...
is not claim to fame.
I think Jared was probably pooping his pants in that moment, because he's like, oh my God, is he about to, like, call me out?
Is he going to out me?
Is he going to call me out on, you know, my mom being in here? So, then Cameron's like, I think that Felicia is Denzel Washington's sister.
Oh my God.
He's like, I'm a big Denzel fan. Felicia has the same mannerisms. I don't remember what else he said. But
what's more incredible? Him saying that Felicia is related to Denzel Washington, or on Claim to Fame when they guessed Donny Osmond's son was related to, let's see, Billy Idol, Elton John, and Elvis Presley.
Yeah, those guesses were wild, especially since they know that Chris's relative is from Utah.
Yes.
Why are you picking so many Brits?
So many Brits, exactly.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, anyway, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But this is wild. It's a lot of fun. It was a fun moment to show on the episode tonight, so I'm glad they included that. And Jared's reaction was just like, yeah. And Cameron was like, bet you can't unsee it now.
Gee, maybe you should look at the memory wall a little bit more.
Well, I'd love to hear some of Cameron's other theories.
Okay.
On all that.
I really don't care.
All right.
Sari and Jag, they're counting the votes.
Yes.
I guess they think they can do the flip.
Well, at a point this week, it looked like it was happening. Sari was able to get those votes and lock them in.
Well, what happened then?
She changed her mind. She was like, you know what? We're going to keep Cameron because that is the path of least resistance. But we are jumping ahead right now. They couldn't even show all that tonight. There was just too much to get into.
I think it was a Helen situation that Sari went through. It's just too soon.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot to go against Tyson's wishes, and he's all fired up knowing that he has to win the next veto. So that was definitely a huge factor.
Were you invited to the Olds meeting in the HOH room?
No, but it was like at 8 p.m. What are you doing? That's so...
Wasn't that the night that Sari was like, I'm falling asleep, I'm going to go to bed. Do you think it's even 7 o'clock yet?
I'm not sure, because I've heard her say stuff like that a few times, where she's like, once it hits 10 o'clock, I'm asleep. And they never go to sleep at 10. Never. But anyway,
it's
this meeting, it's the professors.
Yes.
They're all getting together.
It's time for Hisam to say, all right, this is how it's going to be. Do as I say, not as I do. No new alliances, and lights out by 10.
Well, first, what I'm saying about the timing is, like, you're going to have a meeting with 7 people like that at 8 p.m.? Like, how were they not immediately found out?
I know.
That's crazy to me. But yes, they're all sharing Hisam's wine, and they're supposed to be having, like, a strategy discussion, not a lecture.
It seems like Cameron was the only... I'm sorry.
He's not in that.
Hisam was the only one who was asking questions and answering them himself.
He would ask somebody a question, and then they would start to answer, and he'd be like, blah, 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 and give his own answer. So he was cutting a lot of people off, and they were not happy about it.
You know who wasn't happy about him saying that they had to look out for Jared?
Sari. Yeah, he was like, Jared, Cameron, Corey, they look like they could form a 3, so we got to keep an eye on that and might have to split it up at some point. And Sari's like, oh, hell no.
No. All right, so we're having another meeting now. Izzy, Sari, and Felicia.
They are fed up with Hisam. I mean, he just put it on display again at that professor's meeting.
Yeah.
He is out of control. So they really want to stick it to him. Izzy was talking about how she's not going to let a guy railroad his way to the end, you know, off of the work of all the women. Not going to let it happen. So they're planning on targeting him as soon as next week.
Well, next week is what Hisam's thinking about right now, because after he gets rid of Riley, he's going to have to CYA, cover his ass.
But that's
Cover your ass. C-H-A.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the Youngs.
Yeah, I mean, HOH power doesn't last forever, right?
No.
Even though people think it does when they're HOH.
Riley.
And Hisam.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's trying to set himself up moving forward. And he's telling America, are we on that?
Yes.
He's talking to America and he's like, oh yeah, I really think you have the potential to win like endurance competitions. You're built for that. And he's telling America, you know, I didn't want to work with the people that I'm working with right now.
I really wanted to work with the Youngs.
I wanted to work with you guys, but I got shut out of that and it wasn't fair. And America's just like, give me more of this because I want to be able to share this with other people later. She's taking it all in. And I have to say, America really stepped it up this week. Mm-hmm. And she's really been positioning herself well in the house.
Well, this didn't go unnoticed by one boy named Corey.
Well, America shared this information with Corey. And Corey was like, I'm going to use this info to get in with Suri and Izzy.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so he's sharing it with Izzy, Suri, and Felicia, and they're not happy because they're like, whoa, Hisam is trying to create, like, other alliances here. And this was just, like, the tip of the iceberg, what they showed, because he was also courting Jag and Blue. Oh. Yeah, he was talking to everybody. So they were like...
was he asking out everyone on a date?
Basically.
It will never seem right to me to have America in the house because I just keep thinking America.
Like, oh, this person talked to America. Like, they talked to the cameras.
Exactly.
It is an adjustment for sure. It's just an extra slap in the face, though, for everybody after Hisam was like, you're not allowed to make any alliances outside of this one.
Yeah.
And they find out he's, like, trying to get with everybody else. So, that was another huge factor in the flip that didn't happen. They wanted to stick it to him. That was one of the reasons.
Did we happen to mention that Suri and Izzy wanted to flip the vote and go against Hisam?
But they didn't want to leave Mimi in the dark. Bowie, they're fine with it. They're like, she doesn't want to know anyway.
Does she know anything? She's in Hollywood, but does she know anything?
I don't know. Hollywood?
Hollywood, yeah.
But they do want to try and get Mimi on board. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, Hisam did this. He told this person this, blah, 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 blah. And Mimi's like, yeah, that checks out, but, like, we should still get rid of Riley this week. Mm-hmm. So she is definitely putting up some resistance here for this flip plan to keep Riley. She's like, no, we need to get her out of here, and then we can deal with Hisam later on.
Yeah.
So she was, I have to say, Mimi was making some excellent points this week, for sure. I'm upset that we didn't get to see any of her epic storage room rants, where she's like, why can this alliance not make a decision and stick with it for like 7 days straight?
They didn't have any time for that because they kept showing Suri, Izzy, Felicia talking about flipping the vote.
Some of the conversations were a little repetitive, I think.
Yeah. A little bit too repetitive.
I've already had enough of that this week. It's been a lot on the feeds.
Well, it's time for Julie to check in.
All right.
Plead for your life.
Here we go.
All right. Cameron's up first. Riley, you're amazing, incredible. I was waiting for him to say, could
you're like my daughter, all grown up.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but he was thinking it.
All right. So then Riley's like, yeah, I miss my family. I hope this goes according to plan, and I won't see them, but I'll be there if it doesn't.
She was also like, I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got that goofy energy, right?
Yeah. That's why her and Matt are perfect together.
Well, that's what makes her so endearing to a lot of people.
True. So then it's time for the vote. They run into the...
Run, vote.
And the flip plan was a complete flop.
Yeah.
It was a fail.
It was a flip-flop. I was surprised because I knew that she was going, obviously. But I was surprised that she didn't get any sympathy votes. I thought for sure that Matt was going to vote for her to stay regardless. I thought Jag and Blue possibly were going to vote for her to stay regardless.
You know who else was surprised? Julie.
Well.
Julie, the investigative reporter in Julie wants to know, Riley, why were there no votes for you? Why?
Well,
tell me. I thought you were, really putting in the work with these guys.
She was, but once Riley finally made her way out there after like 12 minutes of hugs and well wishes, Riley said, I told my allies, don't vote for me if you know that I'm going because I don't want you to put your game in danger. And I thought that was very kind of her to release them of that because sometimes people don't. And it's like, really? But yeah, she was looking out for them. So that was cool.
Well, Julie also wants to know why Hisam was afraid of you.
I mean...
Because it really seemed like he was.
Yes, and I will say there was a reason for it. It's not like it was out of nowhere. She did say that she was targeting him.
I mean, do you think it was the Half House Alliance?
That too, but I think also her dropping Hisam's name over and over and over and then like confirming it to him. I think that played into it.
Julie, I love when you think that you have the scoop, but this time you actually do.
She does, yeah.
Nobody is suspecting this whatsoever.
Julie was all like, what if I told you there's a secret relationship in the house?
Oh, who's in a showman?
They really need to change up this wording because it is making everybody think that there's like a romantic relationship. Yeah. So Riley was like, oh, is it Jared and Blue? Because they're like they got a thing.
Yeah, and Julie's like, well, it is Jared. And she's like, oh, is it romantic? No, it's not.
Well, would you not automatically think it's romantic with that wording? Because I would.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But Julie drops the bomb that Cirie is his mom. And Riley
was
is all
shook.
Like, shut up. Yeah. And I was waiting for Julie to say, I will not.
Yeah.
I will not.
So she was pretty surprised and she gave them props. She was like, wow, they're really good liars. You know, good for them.
Nobody is suspecting it except for Izzy that we know of.
Because she knew,
this season.
So they're doing a really great job so far.
I'm shocked that Izzy hasn't opened her mouth yet and said, like, this Jared is Cirie's son.
They're going to say Siri.
Yeah, maybe.
Jared and Siri.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Izzy to slip up one day and call Cirie moms in front of people. Because that's definitely a concern. But anyway, yeah, it was a fun reveal for sure.
Okay, so then we had some nice goodbye messages. Not the whole grouping.
No, Kirsten.
But Hisam was interesting in his goodbye message.
I'm sorry, but it just felt like smarmy at the beginning. But then he was all like, you're worthy and you're solid gold.
Really?
It was like...
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
So next week... Oh my God, kids, put on a diaper.
First of all, they did not show the HOH competition or even the beginning of it tonight, which was like, what?
No, but they did show the set.
They showed the set, and it was some noses with a bunch of snots in them. So
snot noses.
We don't know what's going on there yet, but it should be interesting.
Julie said next Thursday, not this HOH, the following HOH is going to be the pressure cooker.
Oh my God!
Back by Papa Loads Man.
Pressure Cooker Season 6, baby. So excited. I thought she was going to say like a food comp was back or something, which I'd also be excited about. But wow, Pressure Cooker is coming back.
Pressure Cooker. Everybody's been crying about it forever.
Yeah.
So like,
it's very exciting. And Julie said there will be a scary verse twist. I wonder what it is.
Maybe they're going to put them all in cheap Halloween costumes.
What if everyone has to hold the Nether Gorgon's hand and that's like, if you let go, you're out?
Or what you thought was his hand.
No!
Just kidding.
I don't know. I'm just curious to see because I know everybody's like super pumped about this competition, but it just reminds me of that similar like buzzer beater one that they have on BB Can where everyone's like so excited about it, but then every time they have it, people are like, this is boring. This is boring to watch. So I'm wondering if the same thing's going to happen again.
Maybe. Maybe if they actually keep the feeds on for a change.
Well, I think the feeds will be on for the pressure cooker for sure. I don't care if it's boring. I'm excited.
You know how the feeds have been this season already. Spotty.
Yeah. It got off to a rough start for sure. But we got a long way to go. So
Julie, please leave the feeds on.
I don't think she controls that.
Oh.
But let us know your thoughts on this episode in the comments. Let us know who you're rooting for HOH. And if you don't want to wait until Sunday to find out who won, make sure you watch tomorrow's spoiler live stream. Updates and spoilers.
She's the OG queen.
So we'll see you there. Thank you all for watching, and until next time,
much love.